Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Market Report for Tuesday, the 7th of December 2021, where in just a few minutes I tell you everything you need to know about what's happened in financial markets, economics and the world of business today. I'm Sean Aylmer. The S&P ASX 200 finished up 1% today to 7,314 points after a very strong night on Wall Street. 10 of the 11 sub-indices rose, the odd one out being utilities, which fell slightly. Energy stocks led the way, followed by tech and healthcare groups. Around 3/4 of companies on the top 200 ended higher today. Among the large caps, Xero ended up 2.4%, while Woodside Petroleum, Afterpay, Aristocrat Leisure and CSL all rose around 2%. That's a very diverse group of companies. ANZ was up 1.5%, while National Australia Bank and Westpac both rose 1%. Fortescue Metals also jumped 1.5%. Goodman and Transurban both finished in the red and were the worst among the large caps. Across the ASX 200, PointsBet was the top performer, up just a smidgen under 10%. Zipco share price jumped by 9.9% following yesterday's 10% fall after it reported that monthly transaction volumes climbed 52% during November versus a year earlier. Customer numbers jumped 71% to more than 9 million. Travel stocks had a strong day, reflecting reduced fears about the effect of the Omicron variant on the global economy. Early this morning, President Joe Biden's chief medical officer, Dr. Anthony Fauci, said that so far there wasn't a great degree of severity in the variant. That was enough to trigger a surge in markets, with travel and tourism stocks being among the biggest beneficiaries. On the local market, corporate travel management and Flight Centre both rose 5.7%. Webjet was up 4.5% and Qantas jumped nearly 4%. Insurer IAG reaffirmed its profits guidance to investors today. Its share price rose 1.4%, though it's down 16% over the past year. In economic news, the Reserve Bank board met and kept interest rates on hold, as expected. The central bank's board said it doesn't think that the Omicron variant of COVID-19 will derail the economic recovery. That's great news. It reiterated that it will wait for underlying inflation to hit the 2 to 3% target band before moving on rates. The Aussie dollar recovered more ground, notwithstanding the Reserve Bank's reticence about interest rates. It's trading just under 71 US cents. As I mentioned earlier, Wall Street had a very strong night. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 both closed up around 1%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average was almost 2% higher. That reflected the good news about the Omicron variant. That's it for the afternoon market report for Tuesday, the 7th of December, 2021. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Wednesday edition of the Fear and Greed Business Headlines. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.